So with Zheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong winning their third title in 3 weeks, it has been an astonishing start to their partnership. As far as the Yonex-Sunrise Hong Kong Open is concerned, we turn our attention now to men's doubles. And it is a record-breaking Gideon and Sukamuljo today appearing in a record 8th Super Series men's doubles final in a calendar year. They're up against the Danes, Mads Conrad-Petersen and Mads Kolding, the number 6 seeds. Now, as far as the Super Series standings are concerned, the top 6 on the list there have won all 11 previous Super Series titles between them. That's absolutely astonishing. And in fact, the top 2 pairs there have won 7 of the previous 11 Super Series titles. Now, this all got very exciting and very complicated because the Russians, Ivanov and Sozonov, had to reach the final to qualify for the Super Series finals. They lost in the quarterfinal stage, which means that Hoki and Kobayashi at number 8 will qualify along with all the other pairs ranked above them. So as far as the men's doubles draw is concerned, by quarterfinal stage we had 7 different nations and 3 seeds, only 1 seed in the bottom half of the draw, and that 1 seed has got through to the final. But at semi-final stage, 4 different nations involved. That's always a healthy situation. In fact, it's only the 4th time this year that we've had 4 different nations represented in men's doubles Super Series at semi-final stage. First time since the Japan Open. So for Gideon and Sukamuljo, it is an opportunity to win an outright record because so they're appearing in a 8th final here today, Super Series tournament final. They have only won 5 of their previous 7. Now, the record for the number of Super Series titles in a year by a men's doubles pair is 6, and that record was achieved in 2015 by Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, who indeed also reached 7 finals. But with 8 finals this year for the Indonesian combination, if they were to win today, they would equal the record of number of titles and, of course, hold the record outright of being in 8 finals. Well, this is the 5th meeting between these 2 pairs, and it is the Indonesian pair of Gideon and Sukamuljo who've won the last 2. The last time they played against each other was in the semi-final stage of the India Super Series, and the Indonesian pair went on to win that title, so they have obviously won on that occasion.
2017 world ranking number 1.
Now you can obviously see the height difference between the 2 pairs as they wait to be introduced to the fans.
World ranking number 6, Mads Conrad-Petersen, Mads Pieler, Kolding, Denmark.
A 3rd career Super Series title for them today, over 2 years after their last, which was at the 2015 French Open. Yet to win a Super Series title, the Danes. Will it be 3rd time lucky for them here today? Klaus Schlieben of Austria, our umpire for this. Eiji Nonoguchi of Japan, the service judge. So the tall Danes, and they really are tall, against the compact, explosive pair of Marcus Fernaldi, giving him 26 years of age. And today he's contesting his 12th Super Series tournament final. He's won 9 of the previous 11, because he also won a Super Series title with Marcus Kido, and that was the French Open of 2013. Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, 22 years of age, is today contesting his 11th final in total with his partner of today. So from their previous 10 Super Series finals together. They've won 8 of them. In fact, won their first 6. So there you can see that only once have they won a match in 2 straight games. All other occasions they've been pushed the full distance, including the semi-final yesterday against the number 4 seeds Li Junhui and Li Yuchen. Came from 3-6 down in the deciding game, 8 straight points to change ends at 11-6 up. If you were with us yesterday, you will have enjoyed that match. Mads Conrad-Petersen is 29 years of age, as indeed is his partner, and they're enjoying their 11th consecutive week at a career high of 6 in the world. They were semi-finalists here 3 years ago, and in fact 3 years ago here in Hong Kong was their first ever Super Series semi-final. But their 2 finals in Super Series level events were both in 2015, India and the French Open. In India, they lost to Chai Biao and Hong Wei. In the French, they lost to Li Yongde and Yu Young Sung. Now, in contrast to their opponents, they've only once been taken the full distance, and that was yesterday afternoon against Inoue and Kanako, the left and right-handed combination. They really should have won the opening game. As we look at our court officials, they were 19-15 up in the first game, which they eventually lost 20-22. Hour and 12 minutes in total for their semi-final yesterday. Their semi-final, despite going to 3 games, this Indonesian pair, was only 47 minutes. If you haven't watched the Indonesian pair before, for a start, you've been missing out on something very exciting. And secondly, well, they're probably one of the most exciting and dynamic pairs that you will ever see. So the world number 1s, Gideon and Sukamuljo, getting this final underway. This man's capabilities at the front of the court, Sukamuljo, his anticipation, his speed, is something to behold. He did make a couple of service errors yesterday. One very early on in this final. Well, both the Danes over the last couple of years have become fathers for the first time. Both have talked to me about the change in perspective in life, having a child. Yeah, it's very good to see them back in the Super Series tournament final. that's amazing. Yeah. Speed of racket and also speed of thought and the awareness just to play the little block. Look at that. That's super. Well, we've hardly had a rally so far. That's another service error. Second from Sukamuljo. Yeah. Somehow the Danes have got to keep Sukamuljo away from the front of the court. Oh, string's gone. Yeah, with the tall man. That's Kolding. 2 meters and 5 centimeters tall. He's just under 6'9". There he is. His partner is actually 186, which is 6'1", but he certainly doesn't look it standing next to Kolding. Great disguise on the drop shot there from Gideon. Now, the interval and the opportunity to change that racket with a broken string. So a 6-point advantage.
tegak-tegak dong, nggak main cepat kira-kira malah dia netting atau udah ngangkat terus ya di belakangnya, ya itu ya. Kalau Conrad di kotak kiri ya, kotak kiri kan ya, kalau noto kan tambah out ke kiri dong, terus sama ini ke si yang tingginya ya yang itu turunnya ke sini, ya, oke, ya kan.
Well, the last pair from Denmark to actually win the Hong Kong Open, you've got to go back 32 years to 1985. Steen Fladberg and Jesper Halliday won an all-Danish final here at the Hong Kong Open, beating Michael Kelsen and Mark Christiansen. But it is, of course, the third consecutive year that a Danish pair have been in the men's doubles final here, because for the last 2 years, Bo and Mogensen have been beaten in the final. They sadly had to withdraw from their second round match due to a shoulder injury to Matthias Bo.
Please come again. Wipe the court, please. Okay.
Just has this instinctive ability, this man, to be in the right place at the right time. And quite frankly, they're giving a demonstration at the moment. They're giving a masterclass. Superb. Extraordinary racket skills. That backhand produced power with seemingly very little backswing. Oh, good defence. More broken strings for Sukamuljo, but he wouldn't have reached that one anyway. Great defence from the tall man, Kolding.
Six, 15. Players. Six, 15.
Dissecting the Danish pair, hitting right down in between them both.
6. 7, 16.
Good forehand. Well, the variation in attacking play wasn't going for full power smashes. Flutter smash, an angled smash.
17, 7.
The longest rally of the match by some considerable way, I would imagine. Gone wide. Oh my goodness, that came off the frame of the racket. Well, they're only 2 points away from this opening game. The match has only been in progress for 12 minutes.
9-19.
Oh, look at that. Good dive. What a super return of serve. But the effort from Mads Conrad. Certainly can't ever question his effort. Look at that.
In the middle. Line touch. Line touch. The middle line. Yeah. Thank you. It's okay.
It's not only the dive, it's how quickly he gets up again. But it is 10 game point opportunities for the world number ones.
20 game points, 10.
Landed in. Misjudgment there from Gideon. He could have played that. Opening game, 21-12 in favour of the world number ones. And they are just one game away from officially becoming the most successful men's doubles pair in the history of the Super Series in a calendar year. 14 minutes for that opening game, 21-12.
Kalau datang ada tekanannya aja. Jadi juga sebenarnya lebih menangani lebih enak dong, ya. Depannya pegang terus jaga kalau bahannya dia ubah angkat-angkat tinggi karena kan dia udahnya lebih enak, ya. Di variasi ini kalau tadi berarti ada coknya, ya. Kalau nggak ke tengah ya, jangan kendor aja, fokus terus, ya.
Vi skal holde linjen meget mere. Næsten mere i mellemspil.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Marcus.
Well, quite frankly, in that opening game, the world number ones, Gideon and Sukamuljo, were a class above the Danes. So the Danes have to try and just forget that opening game. Try anew with perhaps new tactics. Well, as I was saying in the opening game, I think they have to take the net away from Sukamuljo. Easier said than done. What a good serve.
2-1.
Good rally. Yeah. Oh, that was a little casual from Gideon. Good rally again.
Sanjaya, Sukamuljo, challenges called out.
So the first challenge, I think, of finals day. Oh, what a good challenge.
6-5. Play.
Yeah, that's nice. Big high lift. Well, he played those last three shots, Sukamuljo, with broken strings in his racket. How on earth he managed to control those, I just do not know. Look, strings have already gone.
7-6. Yeah.
he's obviously got an extensive long reach with his racket arm there. And it's very, very difficult to place the shuttle out of his reach, and it is quite a dangerous opportunity to try and pass him.
Eight, 7.
Well, long of the back line.
8-all.
Oh my goodness. He played a couple of shots there. Sukamuljo crouching down low. Extreme round the head shots. Oh. No, and the indecision from Mads Conrad at the back of the court, one assumed was going to cost him dear. It's gone wide.
Nine, 10.
Amazing leap in the air to thunder down that smash and get back level at 10 all. So this rally will decide who has the advantage at the mid-game interval. It's just wide, and the advantage is with the Danes. Just 1 point in it.
Ja. Den skal bare hen og trykke, ja, men, og så må vi endda bruge krydsen, så skidt med alt det der højre round the head forhold, så det er pisselig meget. Vi får lavet nogle fine løft derinde. Første kontra lige derinde. Kevin skal nok komme ind og pakke på et eller andet tidspunkt og give den gas. Men gør han det, så skal den bare have fuld smad af kryds. For det er ikke alt, vi kan løfte over på anden gang. Der er en enkelt, hvor du får den over med det samme. Det er fint. Men der skal vi indstille os på det. Er du med, Kolding?
Skal jeg op og tage noget mere? Hold noget af det kort igen på ham.
Nej, ikke give noget.
Vi kan holde lidt mere kort over, når Kevin står i sin forhold. Herovre i sit felt, så kan vi godt komme op.
Men når vi bevæger os ind, vi skal fandme ben ind i den. Okay. Prøv lige at høre her, drenge. Vi har haft nogle gange, hvor vi faktisk...
Well, Jakob is in danger of getting warned there because the umpire asked him to leave. And he was still giving instructions when the Indonesians were ready to resume play. was a challenge here from the Danes. Shuttle called in. They were both convinced it was out. So Hawkeye will adjudicate for us. And Hawkeye says it caught the line. Mads Conrad and Mads Kolding were both absolutely convinced. Not quite sure what all that was about. So the Danes now back level. That's a good serve. Well, it's almost as if the shuttle is a magnet to his racket. Always just seems to be in the right place at the right time, anticipating so quickly. Oh my goodness, there we go again. Well, perfect example of what I've been talking about with his anticipation. Speed of racket, speed of thought, speed of movement. No wonder he's probably the most exciting player in the world to watch in men's doubles. Crucial couple of rallies right now. Really is remarkable. Simply don't have time to think. It's all instinctive work. Must be, surely. Yeah, good return.
16-17.
Well, he was trying to force the initiative, Mads Conrad, and I can understand the logic of that.
18,
Making the error.
16.
Two points away from rewriting the record books. Oh, that's his first service error of the match. Third for the Indonesians, though. Yeah. So quick onto the shuttle. And Mads Conrad absolutely no time to get back in his defensive stance. Look at that, perfect placement towards the left shoulder. And it is match point opportunities. 3 opportunities to rewrite history. Oh, service fault called. My goodness me.
18-20.
And they've done it. History has been made. They have equaled Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung's record of 6 Super Series men's doubles titles in a calendar year. But by the fact that they have contested 8 finals in total, 1 more than Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, they become the most successful men's doubles pair in the history of the Super Series. What a year they've had. 6 Super Series titles from 8 finals. And that's what it means to Gideon and Sukamuljo. Well, 2 titles in 2 weeks. 1 last week in China. Winners again here in Hong Kong. Confirmation of the score, 21-12, 21-18 in 37 minutes of play.
So hello Marcus, hello Kevin. This is your 6th Super Series title in 2017. What's the feeling right now?
Yeah, I feel so happy because I cannot believe if I can get 6 titles in this year. This year is really amazing year for me.
So how do you prepare yourself for the coming match in Dubai?
We prepare for Dubai. We have 3 weeks, so we always try our best.
So are you confident to grab the 7th title, Super Series title this year in Dubai?
Yeah, I just try my best in Dubai. I hope I can get 1 more title again in this year.
Thank you and congratulations. 俾啲掌聲，2位印尼嘅冠軍球員。
呢隊印尼組合的確咧係實至名歸啊！能夠喺1年12個賽站嘅超級系列賽裏邊獨佔咗一半6個賽站嘅冠軍，此時此刻真係堪稱地上最強啊！喺頒獎禮之前咧，我想同大家講一聲好多謝大家，俾咗一個好愉快嘅觀戰經驗我，因為喺紅館睇羽毛球咧，真係賞心樂事。香港嘅觀眾正話俾我哋嘅感覺，唔單止淨係在旁觀戰，而且咧你哋嘅打氣聲音同運動員嘅扣殺係同步啊！你哋嘅喝彩聲係融入咗比賽裏邊，所以大家並唔係一個第三者，大家其實係參與咗其中嘅。尤其是呢邊我哋嘅印尼女啲擁躉啦，佢哋嘅打氣聲係非常之齊整啊！呢一間去到第4場女雙決賽，由中國對印尼嘅組合嗰陣時咧，我相信一定係非常之熱烈、非常之有趣嘅。多謝各位，多謝你哋，亦都好明白咧點解世界各地嘅一流球手都咁中意嚟香港比賽，因為香港嘅羽毛球迷係最友善、最公平嘅，係咪啊？各位觀眾，頒獎典禮現在開始，請運動員進場。Ladies and gentlemen, prize presentation now begins. Players march in.
So to the prize presentation for the men's doubles finalists.
Yonex-Sunrise 2017香港公開羽毛球超級賽大都會人壽世界羽聯世界超級賽系列男子雙打 Men's Doubles of Yonex-Sunrise Hong Kong Open Badminton Championships 2017, part of the MetLife BWF World Superseries. 亞軍 runner-up Mads Conrad-Petersen, Mads Pieler Kolding of Denmark.
Mads Conrad and Mads Kolding for a third time in a Super Series tournament final. They have to settle for second best. But the history makers, a new record for Gideon and Sukamuljo. A 6th title in their 8th Super Series tournament final of the year. Well, it was over 2 years since their last Super Series tournament final, so they'll be very happy when they look back on this week, the Danes, that they are back in good form. And for Gideon and Sukamuljo, the Hong Kong Open title to add to that of the All England India Super Series, Malaysia Premier Super Series, the Japan Super Series, China, and now Hong Kong. Beaten in the final in Korea and in Denmark. What a record. It is a record. And they could still extend that record yet further, because there are the Super Series finals in Dubai next month.
Next we have Mr. Koh Kai Hua of Sunrise and Company Private Limited to present the prize monies. Thank you, Mr. Koh. 跟住我哋有請香港羽毛球總會主席湯偉倫先生為我哋獻花。Mr. Tong Wai-lun, Chairman of the Hong Kong Badminton Association, will now present the bouquets. Thank you, Chairman. 多謝湯主席。有請大都會人壽 Mr. Lee Wood 贈送 MetLife 紀念品。Mr. Lee Wood of Hong Kong MetLife will now present a MetLife souvenir. Thank you, honorable guests. Time for a group photo with the winners. Thank you, guests. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the semi-finalists. Once again, our congratulations to Marcus and Kevin. 再一次熱烈祝賀經理安以及蘇家浩一。嚟緊咧將會喺年中嘅總決賽裏面咧，得住佢哋今年度嘅第7個重大項目嘅錦標。各位嘉賓、各位觀眾，第一個溫馨提示各位，如果有咩需要，可以去洗手間行開一陣，伸一伸懶腰，而家好重啦。
So we now turn our attention to women's singles, and it's a repeat of last year's final. It is the defending champion and two-time winner Tai Su-ying of Chinese Taipei up against Pusala Venkata Sindhu, the #2 seed, the Olympic and World Championship silver medalist. Well, as far as the Super Series standings are concerned in the women's singles, the top 9 have all been in a Super Series tournament final this year. In fact, the top 9 have been in 21 of the 22 final positions across the 11 Super Series tournaments, the only exception being Gao Fangji, who came through the qualifying a week ago and reached the final of China. So, of course, that means that the #9, Sayaka Sato of Japan, winner of the Indonesian Premier Super Series, she's the one that misses out on qualification. That's tough. You win a Premier Super Series throughout the year and you don't qualify for the Super Series finals. But that's the harsh reality. So it's the top 8 on that list that go to Dubai. Now, as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, 7 different nations and 7 seeds at quarter-final stage, and 6 of those 8 quarter-finalists had been in a Super Series tournament final this year. At semi-final stage, 4 seeds and 4 different nations. And incredibly, it's the 9th time this year from the 12 Super Series that the 4 semi-finalists of the women's singles have come from 4 different nations. In fact, it's the 4th consecutive time.